out. Where are you at, Josh? That's what I want to know.
I'm at my table.
Okay. Look different.
Yeah.
That's why
No, he's got the Nike box behind him.
I was just curious. Look different.
I got to roll.
I got some new
roll.
couches. I got some new couches.
Can't hide it.
Big money.
They recline. They power recliners.
What you talking about, like with the button or something?
Yeah, leather.
Yeah, that's what I got in here. It's nice. Love it.
Roll Tide, roll. Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
He's going. Supposedly, somebody bought him tickets.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen you that earlier today. I saw that. And then Roll Tide Willie.
Yeah, like the cheapest tickets, like $350.
I mean, $350.
I always bought tickets for me and my dad to go. But I forgot they're going on a cruise next week. So
The cheapest ticket for the Iowa Michigan game's $38.
oh, what a game!
I'd still go.
Well, I can't believe that's the night game. That's what pisses me off about that whole thing. It's why you got all these great slates coming up
because they're coming for the upset.
You're gonna okay.
Yeah, Iowa upsetting Michigan. Oh my God!
Never know. It could happen.
It could. I mean, Iowa's got a good defense. Real good.
Did you see their point spread? That's crazy.
24.
Oh yeah. So
and
the over under for Iowa's total points is 6.5.
That's wild. I'd probably still go under, to be honest, but that's still wild. That's wild. All right, I'm getting him like 2 minutes, and if not, he's just going to join in because.
What time is it?
8:01. What's up, Newsom? We're starting here. Sadly,
roll tide, roll. Roll tide, roll.
Can't see Notre Dame nowhere, so gotta say roll tide. All right, it's a good win. We'll see what happens this week. I'm not a Tide fan this week, so never won, but we'll see what happens. Should be a good game. Should be a good game, we hope anyway. Hope for a good game. Hope it's not blowout either way, to be honest. Want to see a good game. Georgia win, but good game.
If it is a blowout, it'll be Georgia's way.
Yeah, I would think so too, to be honest. If you do join, we're going to start here in just a minute. We're trying to get pressed in a couple minutes. We're going to go live for the college. We are live for the college football podcast. Going to give our championship picks for the week. Go over some of last week's games here. Obviously, we had a big week last week, so talk a little bit about that. Maybe rant about something here in just a minute, and go from there. Give him. Let me see.
I got a rant for you.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It start times at 8.
Yeah. There we go. No, I got a couple rants for you. What is your hat?
Huh?
What's your hat?
Oh, BreezyGolf.com. Good for us. Good for us.
All right, so Preston's joining us for the rant of the week. The starting time is at 8:00. I'm just kidding. Look at him with the Alabama hat on. That's what he made sure he got the Alabama Braves hat on. I know, I'm joking, but he's got the red. He's got the red A.
I always got to remember, Alabama has the mullet.
Yeah. It's a joke. I got the A on too, sadly. I shouldn't have worn this week, to be honest. Well, it's bad luck. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, that hat is pretty tight though. The roll tide. That's pretty cool.
Can I say something real quick?
Go for it.
I just want to congratulate all of us on a great rivalry week and all of us getting victory. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Florida. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't get the job done.
Okay, I just want to say
congratulations for all of us being able to go bowling this year. Oh, sorry, Florida. Damn. I mean, I guess that's all.
Hey, I still want to see Clemson in Florida. I still think it'd be a good game. If they had,
I don't know, man. I don't know. You won't be able to see it because they're not bowling. I mean, it was all those damn.
Hey, at least my man up top in the right hand corner was that's my right anyway. Was the most reasonable one here. He knew his team was going to suck. So
Yeah, I don't hype my team up about buying stocks. I don't beat a high score storm the field.
all right, let's go.
You know,
Let's start. Y'all ready?
I wasn't gonna let that.
You didn't know?
Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
His team hasn't won a national championship since before he was even born.
Diggs gone for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby? Let's go. Come on.
Come back, Mel. Hey,
I love college football.
Go Dogs.
go Tigers.
Roll Tide, roll, roll. RMFT. Roll motherfucking Tide.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the College Football Weekly Matchup Championship Week. As it said in the end of the intro there, I guess, roll MF and Tide, I guess we could say. Not for this week, though, not for me. Obviously, big week last week. Got a big week coming up in both, definitely in college and NFL as well. But Josh, you're here with us. You got back. You got it done by just a hair. I know that fourth down, after the sack there, what was it, a penalty, and then the throw,
It was a bad snap caused
Yeah,
by a
bad
clap
snap,
on the
of course.
defense.
Yeah, bad snap. Yeah, I read a lot about the clap, whatever people saying that. But anyway, Milroe got it done, threw it in the corner in the end zone, got it done, and you there's still a chance. There's still a chance. Josh, just talk about how that was and how was your week.
Well, I should share the video, the living room video with y'all. When
Definitely
he threw
should.
that pass. Yeah, I'll send it later, probably tomorrow or something.
Gotcha.
But yeah, what was Auburn thinking doing a quarterback spy on 4th and goal from the 31-yard line?
It had everybody in the end zone.
I would have had everybody in the end zone. I wouldn't have had anybody at the.
Nobody should have been 1-on-1 like that.
Well, they had 8 in the end zone, 3 at the line of scrimmage, not even trying to put on a rush to the quarterback. He stood back there and, little hands action in the corner of the end zone, but they're not going to call that. They were hand fighting, and the defender didn't even know the ball was coming. So, I don't know what to say about that for Auburn. It was pretty funny, and shame on CBS for showing all their faces. They shouldn't have done them like that. That was pretty bad. But yeah, I'll take it.
That's the best part, showing all the faces. I love to see it. I hope anything happens like that. I'd love to see it. Bryson, obviously, we were talking about it before this. Not that you care too much, because I don't know how much it mattered. Obviously, Florida's not going to the championship or anything, but just talk about how your week was, college football week, and anything about Florida you have to say.
Yeah, great week in the college football. I knew once our players spit in the other guy's face, I just knew from right there we're losing the game. I just gave up all hope. I was like, well, there's a downfall. I was pretty hyped about that safety. We started off strong first quarter. Defense looked really great. And then, like I said, that spit happened, just went all downhill, brought me flashbacks from a couple years ago when we threw the shoe at the LSU game. And
That was last year, right?
That, 2 years ago, and then everything just went downhill. But like I said, I called it 4-8 for us. We finished 5-7. So
hey, that's a win. That's a win.
It is a win. I count it as a win. I'm just ready to. This team's got to go to work in all season. That's all I got to say. We got to get these boys right.
And obviously, your 2024 national champions are here, the Clemson Tigers, with Preston leading the way, I guess, for 2024. How was your week?
It was awesome, man. It's pretty awesome. Got to finish the season on a pretty solid streak. Take care of the rivals. God forbid that offensive performance did not score a first touchdown on offense. It was 3 field goals and a scoop and score to score the 16 points that were needed to beat South Carolina. First time since 2014. But besides that, there was just a lot of good football. It was a good weekend, a long weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. It was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see the game turning out like that, as like the score was, but hey, they got it done. I guess they got it done. But let's talk about a little bit about a couple of the games before we give our picks for the championship week. Obviously, Bama hanging on, late touchdown, 27-24 over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Josh, you mentioned it gets off your back about the kick six a little bit. You guys got a miracle right here, I guess you would say. Anything you want to talk more about on the Auburn Alabama game there?
Well, there was a point in the game that was frustrating to me late in the game, 4th and 2, and Auburn goes for it, and they 3 guys in motion at the same time, and they called us for neutral zone infraction. Blows my mind. That I mean, and Auburn kicked a field goal on that drive, but we had them stopped on 4th down, and that was going to back them up, and they called a penalty on us. That was very frustrating. Momentum kind of shifted in that game when we got called. A touchdown got called back for holding. The referees, I think, were trying to make up for the missed face mask on the opening kickoff. Like we freaking snatched guys' face masks, and they didn't even call it. They called it a block in the back, Auburn. So I think they spent the whole game trying to make up for that. But yeah, that was a missed call. There was the officiating in the SEC has been iffy. But I read a stat that this guy put up, and I'm pretty sure it's legit. But Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and Alabama opponents are like all their opponents when they go up against them it's like 3-1 on the penalties. What they're trying to get at is that they're saying that the teams with the most talent are getting penalized more to try to make the game more equal. That Georgia played three teams this year, 3 games in a row where the opponent wasn't even flagged for holding. In 3 consecutive games, Georgia's opponent wasn't flagged for holding. And I mean, it's just, I don't know, officiating is iffy all across the nation.
Yeah, well, it always is, but yeah, that's kind of wild to not get a holding call in 3 games. Pretty wild. Preston, any thoughts on the Alabama-Auburn game?
I get it. Auburn, lost the week before. This is a special kind of game, but I don't know. I was really impressed the way that Alabama closed that game out. I mean, I really don't think there's a lot of teams in the nation that can go 4th and 31 and score the winning touchdown.
I don't mean to cut you off. I do want to cut. Y'all made fun of me for my damn Auburn pick. Y'all can kiss my ass. I want to tell you that right now. How about them all? How about I got the pick right? I'll take that. I got the pick right. I don't mean to. They both made fun of me. I know Josh wasn't here last week. I kind of honestly, I didn't think Auburn was going to be in it. I thought, it would at least be 14 points. But hey, they were in it at least. All I cared now, if it was like 9 points or something, and that interception would have cost me to lose, I'd have been mad. I would have been very upset about that. If that interception would have caused me at the end to lose it.
Yeah, well, he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. But I'm saying if it was a touchdown and it was like 10 points, you know what I mean? I would have been very upset. But But Bryson, any thoughts? I know you're moving around there. Your camera's messed up. Okay, there you go. Any thoughts on Auburn, Alabama?
Yeah, it's a great game. I just don't understand 4th and 31. You ain't go put everybody in the end zone. That just blows my mind. Bad call on Auburn, like Josh said, that officiating was a little fishy that game. But besides that, a very good game. And like you said earlier, all the faces of people in Auburn, just cried and shit was hilarious.
Gotcha. Obviously, big
roll
win.
Tide, roll, baby. Roll Tide.
Hey, job's not finished. We'll talk a little about some of the scenarios later on, maybe a little bit, if anything, or y'all's top 4, what you guys think is going to happen. But Michigan winning against Ohio State 30-24. obviously, big win there. Michigan, more than likely, as long as they get the win this week, they're going to be in the Final Four. Ohio State's most likely out of it, unless we have some crazy stuff out of it, in my opinion. But Josh, thoughts on Michigan, Ohio State?
Yeah, I mean, if you watched ESPN, there ain't no more we could say, because I was so sick of hearing them talk about the game, and then even after the game, I done put it on one of the other TVs, didn't have no volume, and my dad said, "Well, now they're about to have a show about the game, to talk about the game that just happened. They're going to spend another 45 minutes talking about it," and god dang, they did. They spent
It's a
another
great game,
45
though.
minutes talking
Always a
about it.
great game.
It's like, god dang, how long y'all gonna talk about the game? Like, I'm sick of it.
Seems like Ohio State was very effective running the ball, though. Michigan.
Well, it's a game of inches, man, and Marvin Harrison Jr. was running wide open, and Michigan's pressure got to McCord before he could throw the ball, and that would have gave Ohio State the lead. That would have gave it probably would have solidified the Heisman for Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he would have won it. He had hella stats that game.
I think it's Jaden Daniels.
Right now. I think it is right now. But like in a moment like that would have been a Heisman moment. Would have helped his Heisman, but because he did have a lot of yards, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns.
What the hell?
Yeah, what was that?
Bryson beat the hell out of something. Anyway,
Bryce's chair broke. Sound like.
Preston, any thoughts on Michigan, Ohio State? Obviously, big game there. Always a big game.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, I mean, Michigan was the first one to produce a turnover in that game. They got the quarterback to throw an interception. Was it? I think it was early on in the first, or maybe it was on the second or third drive. I can't remember, but it was early on in the game, and that really kind of set the tone, because at that point, when Michigan got down and they scored, I mean, and they kind of just kept, I wouldn't say keep away, but they constantly just were a step ahead of Ohio State towards the end of the game. I think it was that second to last drive when they scored that touchdown before Michigan's. I don't remember exactly what happened, but they were running the ball with, it seemed like ease, because it seemed like they were so concerned on stopping Marvin Harrison at sometimes that they allowed the running game to, be, pretty successful, or they were going right after the quarterback and getting him before he had time to find Marvin Harrison. All in all, I thought it was a great game. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I agree with Josh, though. It does kind of get somewhat tiresome. I mean, it was like, it's now Michigan and Ohio State like it was Alabama, Auburn, like 10 years ago. And it's like all they talk about that last 2 weeks of season. Like, oh, we got the Iron Bowl. Now we got that with the game. I think it lived up to the hype, though. I mean, it was a hell of a game. It really was. Came down to the very end of it. Interception to seal the game. Yeah, I think Ohio State's, I think their title hopes are pretty much over at this point. I mean, like you said, they absolutely have to have something crazy happen. Like all of the teams pretty much have to be upset for them to be able to make it in there now. But I was thoroughly enjoyed, and I thought Michigan, really solidified themselves as one of the best teams in the country right then. If they weren't your number 1 or 2 team, they should definitely be now after that performance. I mean, they took on Ohio State, took care of one of the best players in the country. Like they said, Josh said, second in the Heisman voting, probably, if not first in some people's votes. And they made Ohio State, falter. I mean, they were undefeated at that point. Obviously, they had some mistakes and weren't able to, overcome them. And Michigan, put their foot on the throat when they needed to, and they took care of the game.
I feel like I'm going on a roller coaster here with Bryson's camera. I'm sorry. he just kept moving.
I don't know why, but my Wi-Fi is keeps lagging really bad.
So I got you.
Checking the connection.
I got you. Bryson, any thoughts on Michigan, Ohio State? Obviously, like I said, big game. Ohio, y'all mentioned it. I just want to say a couple things. McCarthy, I mean, man, for his size and everything, I mean, he makes some great throws. I don't know how he's going to turn out in the NFL, but, he's performing very well. And other thing I want to say is, I mean, it's still possible if Texas loses and Alabama loses and then Florida State loses. I mean, can't. It's a possibility Ohio State can somehow get back up in there. I mean, I think it's possible Texas could lose. I mean, I don't think I could see Texas losing before the end.
I think it really depends on the Pac-12 champion, because whoever wins whoever wins that one. yeah, whoever wins the Pac-12, I definitely would think would be in. It depends on how they lose. Other team loses. Does Oregon lose, or does Washington lose?
That's the thing.
Overtime or close?
So I know we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but if it was Washington and Texas for that 4th spot, say Washington lost, I mean, that's going to be
If
How would they
Washington
lose?
if Washington loses, they're out. They're
I
out.
think so too, but you got one loss Texas and one loss Washington. You never know. I agree with you, but I think that should be right. But Bryson, any thoughts on Michigan, Ohio State there?
Yeah, it's a great game, and like Josh said, I mean, shout out to ESPN. We heard about it for 72 hours straight. Great game. JJ McCarthy, I do like him as a quarterback. Like you said, I don't know how he's going to do it in the NFL, but he's a damn good college quarterback. But besides that, it was a good game.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know how much you guys follow Barstool Sports, and hoodies are pretty tight though. I kind of like the hoodies they made.
Yeah,
with
shout
the,
out to Dave.
not Michigan, the men versus the boys.
Men
That was
versus
pretty
the
tight.
boys.
Yeah, that was pretty tight.
Did y'all not feel bad if you saw it? Did you not feel bad for what's his name?
The
Eve
big
or
guy.
what? Yeah.
the
He
big
just
guy.
sitting there, just like contemplating life, and you got Dave. Just
Well, he did that last year. Same thing happened last year. So
I mean, and it was roles reversed 4 years ago when Ohio State was winning back to back to back, and they were giving it.
Ohio State's best chance was last year if they could have got that field goal, or if they could have beat Georgia, which they should have beat Georgia probably. That was their best chance winning it last year, in a little while. But let's go to the next game. Next couple games here. We had Washington and Georgia sneaking by. Georgia winning 31-24 over Georgia Tech. Washington winning 24-21 over Washington State. Josh, I mean, any thoughts? Obviously, I was watching the Georgia Tech game. I mean, closer than what I wanted to be, but I said, hey, Georgia Tech's not a bad team. You never know. Rivalry game. Georgia Tech's had some good wins, close games this year. So I don't think Georgia's played great, but it all comes down to this week in the playoffs. So that's the biggest thing for Georgia. But any thoughts here? I mean, McConkey and Bowers, they both were out that game. So
yeah, and so was Ra Thomas, I think, was out.
So,
but the defense, I mean, both Alabama and Georgia giving up a hell of yards on the ground. Georgia Tech had over 200 rushing yards. But the game I want to talk about is Washington State. Now, Washington has the ball late. They go for it on 4th and 2 with an end around to their number 1 receiver and get it. They get down there and they're in field goal range. Now, this is at the end of the game. Washington State dropped 2 interceptions. Listen, why are they throwing the ball?
yeah, I think you were saying something about it. I didn't get to see much of Washington.
Do you know why they're
game.
throwing the ball? Because they're trying to pad some stats and make Michael Penix look really good and this and that. But that hurt him bad because he had made some horrible throws in the last minute of that game. I'm talking, it's under a minute, and they're throwing the ball, and they're in field goal range.
I personally think
what are they doing?
I personally think it's Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix. I think that's who.
But what I didn't have the volume up on the TV. It was on another TV, but I could not take my eyes off of it. I'm talking under a minute inside the 30-yard line, and you're passing the ball. Why? I'm talking taking shots to the end zone. Why? I mean, especially after he almost threw 1 interception, I was like, okay, now they're just gonna run right up the middle and set up the field goal unit. No, they passed it again, and almost threw another interception. I mean, one of them it could have been a pick 6. Like, that would have been disastrous for Washington, but they got lucky again. But Oregon fits to put it to them.
Yeah, I agree. Point spread, maybe people say it's a little high. Maybe the 2 Washington fans over here, but we'll get to that in a little while. But
I think point spread is too high.
You got something to say, Preston? Go ahead. Talk about Georgia, Washington. Any thoughts on them?
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I was just saying either one of those games. Any thoughts on either one of those games?
No, I do think Georgia Tech. You can't look into it. I mean, there was a lot of people not playing in that game for Georgia Tech. They pull out all the stops when they can. Obviously, who's going to blame them? This is their Super Bowl. I think they're bowling, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe they're just 5-7. I don't remember off the top of my head their record. But that was their season. I mean, their season make or break right then and now, how they performed in that game. I thought they played as well as they could, if not even way better than expected. Georgia took care of business. They were down, a lot of their, I think some of their key starters, obviously, and they did what they needed to do. Game was a little closer than what we thought. Definitely on the spread. I lost on that one. Going to Washington definitely, I mean, it seems like they emptied the tank. If you look back on it now, beating Oregon in week 4 or 5, it definitely seems like they emptied the absolute tank. They are running on fumes at this point. They're playing with fire. I mean, and it's not a good situation to be dealing with going into the championship week, especially playing the same team that, again, like I said, they seems like they have done everything they can do. They have. Sorry, my cat has gotten into a Walmart bag and is just like running around. It definitely seems like they've done everything they can. They've pulled out all the stops, and there's nothing new about this Washington offense. They're still executing on the defensive side I would say almost an elite level. Offensively, they've just been slightly better than average. They definitely done some things that I just didn't agree with, but they've walked away 12-0. They took care of the biggest game on their schedule, and they've done everything they needed to at this point. Saturday or Friday night, biggest test for them. Obviously, they get to rematch versus Oregon, and I don't know how that's going to play. Obviously, I'm leaning one way over the other, but that's kind of like what I've been looking at those last 2 games. Like I said, Washington seems like they kind of just going through the motion, doing what they needed to do to stay undefeated, and I think Georgia, performed better than we could ask for them to do with as many people out.
Bryson, any thoughts? Oh, I'm sorry. I still got you muted. I apologize. Go ahead.
Welcome back. All right. Like Preston said, after the first matchup with Washington, Oregon, Washington has not been looking the same. This weekend for them is going to be interesting. Georgia, a lot of key players out. Still a good game. Shout to Stu. Keep on saying 1999. That's when the last time Tech beat them in their home field, and my God, was he getting pissed and yelling and running around the house saying 1999. That's the only thing I remember from that night. But yeah, it was a great game. Shout out to Stu. Shout out to the Dogs. Got a big game this weekend, championship week.
Bryce sounds like he parties hard.
Kirby Dart.
Shout out to Kirby Dart.
Come to play. Yep. All right. Couple more things before we get into the other stuff. Like I said, Kentucky defeating Louisville, 38-31 upset there. Clemson winning 16? Did I write that right? 16-7 over South Carolina.
Yep.
Florida State 24-15 over Florida. Any other thoughts on those games? Anybody? I mean, obviously Kentucky beating Louisville, but this is a big game for Louisville upcoming this week, even though Louisville doesn't have a shot at the playoff or anything. I guess they're fighting, to knock a rival out.
First time Louisville's ever played in the ACC championship game. This is the first year the ACC has gotten rid of divisions. It is the top 2 teams in the ACC that now play in the conference championship. And I think this is FSU's first time in the ACC championship, obviously because Clemson or Pittsburgh has been the representative over the last 9 years. So yeah, Florida State's looking to see if they can't win it for the first time since 2013.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but what bowls does it look like Clemson's going to be in?
It's either going to be the Holiday Bowl or the Gator Bowl. We're either going to play Oregon State or I don't remember what the other one was.
Oregon State, that'd be interesting because you got DJ.
That's the only reason that we're projected in that one.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be interesting. Anyway, player of the week. We got a player of the week. Anybody got a player of the week? Preston, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real close to home, man. One of the biggest backbones and one of the biggest reasons Clemson has struggled as much this season as they have is there's been a lack of production at the kicking position. Multiple times this season we have lost games and, probably could have gone on and, made it more competitive or won the game if we had a reliable kicker. Well, we got this graduate transfer back into the program from Charleston, Jonathan Whites. He went 3 for 3 with 3 long field goals in the matchup in Columbia on Saturday, a 49, 52, and I believe a 54-yard field goal, 3 for 3. And obviously, those 9 points, those are the points that we needed to win and beat South
What's so
Carolina.
funny, Cat?
What in the hell is so
What?
funny? What is so damn funny?
That's so funny.
What the hell is so funny? You want to explain to me what's so funny?
Josh,
What is so damn funny?
he's
Just-
died right now.
A player of the week being a field goal kicker.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what?
It's-
We would have beaten Florida State if we had a field goal.
It's either a field goal kicker or it's somebody that throws for like 198 yards. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, hey, so did has the kicker played? But I mean, has he played all year or what? What's up with this
Yeah,
kicker?
we've
I'm
had
just
to
curious.
rotate like 3 kickers in because they've
Oh,
been
okay.
so bad.
All right. I'll move next. Somebody got a better player of the week than that, Josh.
Oh, better. That's not a good enough player of the week.
No, it was
I'll
good. It
shame
was
you all.
great. It was great. It was great.
You
I
go
was
out there
just
and kick
kidding.
a 49-yard field goal.
Come on, Josh. Isaiah Bond. Who you going with?
No, I'm not going with out on bond. I'm going to go with not going to keep it close to home. Go all the way to Arizona. Arizona's freshman quarterback, Noah Fafita, I think is how you say it, against Arizona State, which I know Arizona State's not great, but 30 of 41 for 527 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Ooh, 527
As a
yards.
freshman. I mean, that's
I wonder
that's
if
pretty
that
good
breath
right there.
has any records for a freshman. I wonder. Just curious.
Uh,
Anyway,
probably for the Pac, maybe for the Pac-12.
Bryson.
I forgot to write down the stats, but I know he had over 200 rushing yards. Cody Trader for Missouri.
That dude has been mentioned 87 times on this.
That
I think.
man, dude, I mean, he's having these last couple games.
Who did they even play? Who did Missouri play?
Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they beat the hell out of them, didn't they?
Yeah, beat him bad.
I mean, yeah, I mean, another great game for him. A D2 transfer, cool story. Shout out to Cody Schrader.
I went with Iowa State running back. I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this right. Abu Sahama, I think it's the third. 16 carries, 276 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 42-35 win over Kansas State. I believe it was.
Yep, that was a good game.
Yeah, big performance there in a close game. So Abu Sahama, or however you pronounce it. You good, Bryce?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I keep seeing you in a different area here. Rant of the week. I got a couple things for anybody. Okay, I'll start off. Keep this close to home. Thanksgiving, great Thanksgiving. Had a crowd. Leftovers, great. There's always some rice. Well, when you make a to-go thing for rice and you take it to your house for someone, hey, how about you come get the rice? Somebody in the with the black sweatshirt on always talks about this rice and didn't even come by and get it. It's a shame. That's a shame. That's my rant of the week. One of my rants of the week.
So you made him a plate of rice.
I made him a little bowl. Didn't even come get it. Threw it away. It's a shame. Just went to dinner, celebrated this man's birthday the night before Thanksgiving. I mean, such a shame. Such a shame. Anyway,
I was busy.
Busy. I saw you on Call of Duty.
There's no.
He's such a lie. He's playing Call of Duty.
Busy.
He's playing Call of Duty. Anyway.
Spend time with the family.
Anyway, yeah, spend time with family. All right. Another thing. Sorry. I got a camera lens at Best Buy. Got a camera lens at Best Buy last September. And it was supposed to be all paid off by this September. Well, I didn't know that. I thought, hey, I'm paying $115 a month. It's going to be paid off right on time. I did it. Well, there was $10 more that wasn't paid by that September. Tried to charge me $350 of interest. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was about to go on. It was, of course, father is mad. He was saying, "Oh, I should have checked my statement." Whatever. Anyway, but I was very upset. But hey, sometimes if you call and you talk to people, it gets it fixed. I was very upset at the time. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, I could understand a few dollars interest because I didn't see it, whatever, didn't get paid. But damn, I mean, when I bought the camera lens, he could have set it up right where I was paying the right amount so I wouldn't be paid on time.
They set it up like that, man.
Why would they set Well, so they set it up under a dot. They set it up so I owe $10 at the end of the year, and they're going to charge me $350.
Well, my Best Buy, I paid TV off, and then there was $3.79.
Oh yeah, they're trying to screw you over. Okay, all right,
And
I
then
know.
and then like that was going to roll over to some interest or something. Man, they got it set up to where they tell
I got
you
a
it's
question. Hey,
interest
how
free,
much?
but it's
and-
not going to be.
Yeah, that Best Buy credit card too. Is that? Do they charge you for that?
Do they charge me for the credit card?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, because I saw something on there, and I got to go to Best Buy. We were seeing on the statement there was $179 charge, and it said annual fee. It said
Hold
annual.
on. Do they charge us an annual fee for the Best Buy credit card?
I don't think it should be that much though, because y'all might have a live throwdown of the week instead of rant of the week, because I'm gonna be throwing down that Best Buy. I want to get another camera, but god dang, I ain't gonna get getting it there. I wanted to do there's a camera I wanted. I was gonna pay monthly, but anyway, very upset about that. That's my rant of the week. No food this week. Thanksgiving was great. I don't have any food rants or anything. But yeah. Anybody got anything before we get into the records and whatnot?
Your brother was supposed to be bringing those bobbleheads. He forgot them.
Bobbleheads.
Yeah, I was gonna buy those bobbleheads from him.
Let's yeah. I got a couple here. It ain't the ones you.
Oh yeah,
want.
another thing. I don't know if he's listening. He's probably not, but
No, he's probably asleep.
he's supposed to be coming on the NFL show at least once this year. I mean, he got a few more weeks.
He said that.
He said that when we started this thing. Remember, he said I might come on and be a.
Yeah,
Boy,
he ain't coming on.
we're scared.
He's going
Maybe
to come
playoff
on.
week. We need to do
He's gonna
playoffs.
come
Maybe
on
first
next
week
week.
of the first week playoffs. Maybe.
I'm
Maybe
coming.
we can get him. Anyway,
coming.
yeah, we got to get him on. If he's making picks, I think you should have to be. If he wins, he's got to be on there at least once or twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I don't know about that, Preston. Maybe he can send him. I got to go pick up a bowling ball, something for him tomorrow or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough. But Clay get ranted on twice here. But Josh, do you have the records for the week?
Yeah, I do. So y'all three each went 3-3. I went 1-5.
Games did I lose? I mean, what
You
other game?
lost. You lost. We all lost Ole Miss.
Yep.
And then you lost Oregon State.
Yep.
And you lost Florida.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, and we had 6 games. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I thought
the only game I got right was Preston's Clemson Tigers and their impressive kicker. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even got that game right.
And you laughed at him. You laughed at him. You laughed at him.
Anyway, but Joshua, what's the overall looking at going in championship?
So Bryson is in first place at 39-27. You're in second place at 37-29. I'm in third place at 32-34. And Preston is 31-35. We are all within reach.
So it's pretty much it's tough for you guys, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's there's 10 games.
10 games this week.
Preston's 8 games back. I'm 7 games back. So
all right,
so
10 games this
you
week.
Take, I'm going opposite.
10 games this week. It's going to be interesting for the pick'em. We're doing 10 games, all the championship games this week, and this is the last week until bowl week. Correct?
Yep.
Last week until bowl week. I don't know what we're doing there. There's a show next week. We'll have to figure all that out. But
I eat during the bowl week. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, you eat during the bowl week. Yeah, and by the way, we're gonna let whoever wants to join. I'm gonna send out whoever wants to join the bowl pick 'em. You're more than welcome to join. I think we're gonna do that instead of just us. We'll just let whoever wants to join. You can join. I don't know if we did that last year, but anyway, let's get in. We got 10 games. Let's get into the games because we got a lot. First game's gonna be December 1st. This is Friday at 7 p.m. The Conference USA Championship at Williams Stadium in Lynchburg, Virginia. New Mexico State, who is 10-3 on the season, versus number 25, the undefeated Liberty. Liberty is favored by 10.5 in this game. Bryson, You're in the top right tonight. You lead us off. Who you going with in this game?
You know, I'm very impressed with one team. You know, one team struggled against Auburn, but this team didn't. I'm going New Mexico State.
So you go New Mexico State plus the 10.5 against Liberty. Preston?
Yeah, I'm going to go Liberty minus 10.5. Not because Bryson is going one way and I have to go the other. That is just an added benefit, added effect on that one. But I'm going to go Liberty minus 10.5 here.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Bryson. I'm going to take New Mexico State. Obviously, I think Liberty wins this game. My opinion. I think Liberty's gonna win, but 10.5 I think is a bit much. But yeah, I'm gonna take New Mexico State to at least cover this game. Josh, who you got?
I got Liberty minus 10.5. They are, I think they're undefeated.
Yeah, they are undefeated.
And they will continue to be undefeated after this game that's a home game for them almost.
Yeah, a few of these games are pretty much almost home games. A couple of them, I believe. But yeah, a lot of we'll go ahead and say a lot of these teams in these championships probably hadn't paid too much attention to them besides the big names, but we're going to get it done here. Here's a good game. Best game on Friday night, 8 p.m., the Pac-12 championship at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada. Number 6, Oregon, who's 11-1, versus number 5, Washington, who's 12-0. Oregon favored by 9.5. 9.5. I'm going to lead us off this time. The spread's a bit much. Washington obviously undefeated. They've been good this season. They beat Oregon this time. Last time everybody's really high on Oregon. I mean, Oregon's looked great. And Washington has struggled. Won some close games the last couple of weeks. Look at Josh. Don't know what he's doing over there. Anyway, but no, I got to still roll with Oregon. I think Oregon smacks them here. I think Oregon it wins by 10 plus. I don't know. Why? I just think Washington's gonna, like Preston was mentioning earlier, run out of gasoline. I just think Oregon's a better overall team. It could definitely be a close game. Maybe everybody, and maybe Washington's hearing all the noise, and maybe Washington comes out and wins this game. But I just don't see it. Especially, I thought Oregon should have won the last game, even though it was close. Besides some bad coaching decisions, but yeah, I'm going to take Oregon minus 9.5. Preston, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm going to ride with you there. Oregon minus 9.5. I think Washington has pretty much played their book of tricks. I've been super high on Washington all year. I hope I'm wrong here. No, I don't, because I'm trying to win. No, I really don't care. I won't even be able to watch the game. I'll be in Columbia on Friday night. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it, though, through the app. But I think Oregon's going to be able to get the job done. I think they've played, stronger defensively down the stretch. Offensively, they've got one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. And I think they're going to have what they need to get done.
Disappointing. So high on Washington, he goes against him. How about that? Bryson, tell us who you're going with.
I'll go with the Huskies. 9.5 is too much.
True fan.
I can see I see Oregon winning this game, but I see Oregon by 3 or 7. I think the spread's too high.
Y'all Huskies can't do it no more, huh?
But I won't be surprised if they get the win. To be honest with you.
They could definitely
with
win,
the points and all. I have to go Washington.
Josh, yeah, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. You said the points may be a little bit too much, but what you think?
Yeah, I think it may be a little too much,
especially for a team that they've already played each other once. So I mean,
yeah, I think it's going to be a fight. Yeah, so I'm going with Washington.
Is it too late to change my pick?
Yep. No. Yep. He already wrote it down. If it's written down, it's too late.
Damn, anyway. Josh, is that the case?
Yeah, I've already wrote it down.
All right,
Scratch it out. Scratch it out. Two
Oregons versus Washington.
No.
Let's go next game.
You got to catch Bryson anyway.
Catch him. All right, let's keep going. Let's go Saturday, 12 p.m., Big 12 Championship at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Number 20, Oklahoma State, who is 9-3 on the season, versus Number 7, Texas, who's 11-1 on the season. Texas favored by 15.5 in this game. Josh, lead us off. Who you going with?
Man, that's a lot of points, man. You know,
They've
I'm
been
sitting
shown to
here.
blow out some teams, though. They've blown out a few, and they've had close couple games.
They've had some close ones
I
too.
got the.
You know,
You're the only person who I know
Make,
has this
make you want
problem.
to kick a fat kid at Kmart.
I think
I'm tired of getting notifications.
I think
Silent. Turn on Do Not Disturb.
first of all, I just want to say, there's a common opponent between Oregon and Texas, and that's Texas Tech. And Oregon beat them by 1 score, and Texas beat them by 50. So why is Oregon ahead of Texas? Blows my mind. But anyway, I think this points is too much. I think Texas wins this game by 2 touchdowns. I think Oregon State kind of keeps it close in the end, and maybe
You mean
Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State. I think they maybe score a late touchdown in trash time to make it look better than it is.
I'm with Josh. I'm rolling with Oklahoma State. Just think the point spread's too much. I really like them in this game. Like, Texas has blown out some teams, but game like this, I definitely seen it being pretty close. See Texas walking away with a win. I wouldn't mind seeing, Texas somehow make the playoff. I think it'd be interesting, but they definitely got to win this game to have a chance. So it's big for them. Since Preston's looking the other way, Bryson, who you got in this one?
Clip it. You see it here first. Hook 'em horn, babies. Going with Texas. I think Texas win this game. No problem. Archie came in last game. Everybody was, thought God was on that football field. I probably got 25 notifications of what he did. But I think Texas wins no problem. I think Texas by 4, to be honest with you.
40?
4.
Yeah. Oh, by 4? Texas by 4? If they win by 4, you're taking Oklahoma State.
4 touchdowns.
Oh, 4 touchdowns. Okay. Excuse me. Preston.
Yeah, I think Texas is too much of a beast to handle right now. Oklahoma State's got some glaring issues in that secondary. I think Oklahoma State's, had their highs and lows this season, and I don't think this is going to be a low for them. They're just running into a team that at the wrong time, and I don't think Texas is going to take it lightly. They're playing for their playoff hopes. They have to win. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They don't win, they're not in. And I think Steve Sarkisian's going to have that team ready to go, gassed up, and ready for a show. I like that. Team ready to go, gassed up, and ready for a show. Okay. Texas minus 15.5.
Jesus.
That's good, though. Is that not good?
But who does that? Who stops in the middle of what they say? I like that. I'm sorry. I'll mean to laugh. I try to mute the mic. Anyway.
Ain't nothing big in Texas. It just sucks.
Yeah, I like it. That was one of the best ones on the year. If whoever you got in this game, if anybody has anybody in this game, comment who you got in this one. Should be an interesting game. But all right, Preston's going with Texas as well. Let's go to the next game. 2 teams we probably don't know too much about. Saturday, 12 p.m. It's going to be the MAC championship at Ford Field. Detroit, Michigan, Miami of Ohio, who is 10-2 on the season, versus Toledo, who is 11-1. Toledo favored by 7.5. Preston, lead us off.
Yeah, man. You hit the nail right on the head. I don't know a lot about Toledo or Miami of Ohio, but I do know Toledo is exceptionally well when they need to be. They've done it a couple times this season. I think Toledo's going to get the job done. I like Toledo minus 7.5 here.
I'll go ahead and give my pick. I'm going with Miami of Ohio. You know why? Only reason I'm going with Miami of Ohio. One is it's more than a touchdown, so I'm going to take the underdog here. That's one reason. The other reason, I saw a name. I saw Brett Gabbert. Is he related to Blaine Gabbert? I don't know. That's why I'm taking Miami of Ohio, because I remember Blaine Gabbert. So I'm taking Brett Gabbert and Miami of Ohio. So give me them. Josh.
I'm going to go with Toledo.
Know anything about Toledo, Josh?
I don't know anything about it. I just said, I'm going to flip a coin here, and I'm going to go with Toledo. I don't like teams with names with "of" in it. Miami of Ohio.
How about the Ohio State University?
Yeah, I like that. Miami of Ohio, the Warhawks. I think they're Warhawks, but I'm gonna go with Toledo.
Bryson, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm going with Miami of Ohio for one reason. I only shot my boy Jaquavius Brown got an offer from them.
Long time ago.
That's the only
Yeah.
reason why.
Yeah, he's trying to transfer this year. He's been doing good at what's the school he's at right now?
Did
D2
they,
school.
no,
he left there. He's somewhere else. But anyway, he's been playing pretty good this season.
shout
I
out
saw some of his
Jaquavius
highlights.
Brown.
Yeah, let's see if he supposed to trying to transfer, but I don't know if they're going to let him anyway. We'll get into that later. But let's go to the next game. Saturday, 3 p.m. Mountain West Championship, Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada. Boise State, who is 7-5 on the season. I remember Boise State used to be really good, but I guess they're not that great anymore. Versus UNLV, who is 9-3. Boise State's favored by 2.5. I like a lot of points in this game. I think both these teams can score. But I'm going to take Boise State minus 2.5. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I looked at some. I don't. Once again, I don't know too much about these teams, but I like Boise State better. Looked at some of the past games for UNLV and just liked what I saw from Boise State a little bit better. So I'm taking them. Josh.
Yep, I'm going to go with UNLV. Just because I don't like Boise State. I don't like the blue field. I don't like Idaho. I don't like dry potatoes. So we're gonna go with UNLV.
Bryson.
Yeah, I'm going UNLV. I'm with Josh. That field is pretty hideous.
Too bad they're not playing on it. So.
Well, that's just I just don't like them. I can't remember.
Bring back old Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. I think that was NCAA 07 or 08. Somebody was on the cover. I can't remember the guy's name. He was good, and every time I faced Boise State, they always beat me when I was little, so they pissed me off from the get go. So I'll go with UNLV.
Preston, who you got?
I'm gonna go UNLV plus 2.5. I think they're gonna get the job done. I don't like Boise State to be able to cover this. I think they're gonna be outright.
Them Broncos, baby. The Broncos are staying hot, just like in the NFL. Come on, Broncos.
They ain't riding. Those Broncos ain't riding.
Yeah, Boise State Broncos are riding this week, so I'm the only one taking Boise State. Preston taking all y'all taking UNLV. Let's get into the next game. We're going Saturday, 4 p.m. The SEC Championship, probably the biggest game of the week here. We got at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, who is 12-0, obviously haven't lost a game in the last three seasons, versus Alabama, who is 11-1. Obviously, the big loss at Texas earlier this year, trying to fight and get in the playoff spot. Georgia is favored by 6.5. We're going the two non-fans here. Who y'all got in this one, Bryson?
Yeah, give me the Dogs. They're playing good. I don't think you look at last week. You don't take nothing away from that. I like Georgia winning here.
Preston.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with him. I like Georgia to get the job done here. I think Alabama's going to keep it close. Georgia's going to pull away at late. I think they're going to cover that 6.5.
All right, Josh, what's the reason you're taking Alabama here? What have you said?
Right.
What any stats?
Here's the reason. Okay, I got a couple stats for you. Let's see. 2021, Alabama 11-1. Just coming off a 4 overtime victory over a 6-6 Auburn team, and goes into Atlanta and beats Georgia, who was favored by 6.5 in 2021, and beats them by 17. Another stat: 2008, Urban Meyer and the Florida Gators beat Nick Saban in Alabama in the SEC championship game. Since that game, Alabama is 16-0 in Atlanta, outscoring their opponents like 38-22. So I'm going to go with, my Alabama Crimson Tide.
Gotcha. Roll Tide. He's going with the Tide. I picked against Georgia. I know I started off like this every time. I picked against Georgia a lot this year. Under 7 points, I can't do it. I got to take the Dogs here. I'm hoping they win this game, definitely. they struggled against Auburn with the quarterback that ran a little bit. Hopefully Jalen Miro can't take off on us, but hopefully their game plan against him, I believe if they, stop him from making some big plays with his legs and throwing it.
And can Kirby Smart stop with the rat poison comparing Jalen Milroe to Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Can he stop? Like, come on, man, stop. Nobody buying that.
What was I going to say? And I believe y'all missing. I know it don't matter too much. Y'all missing the running back, right?
Yeah, he hurt his foot. He'll be out.
Yeah, but I mean, they got like 18 running backs, so it don't matter. But
Milroe's the running back.
Yeah, I'm taking the dog. So only person that is believing in the Tide this week is going to be obviously Josh. So
yeah, I wasn't going to pick UGAY, and you know that.
Anyway, let's get into the next game. Got a few more left. Saturday, 4 p.m., the American Athletic Championship. Another game not too sure about, but we'll see. Yeoman Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. SMU, who is 10-2, versus Tulane, who is 11-1. Tulane is favored by 5.5 in this game. I'm taking SMU plus 5.5. If I'm not, they got like is it the running back or somebody? I don't know off the top of my head. I know somebody is a stud over at SMU. Tulane's loss came to Ole Miss, correct? Anyway, earlier in the season, but I like SMU. I don't know. I just like the team, so I'm taking the Mustangs. Preston,
please educate me on where this game is being played, Chris.
It is in Louisiana, New Orleans.
So it's a home game for
Saints
Tulane.
And Derek Carr, sorry ass. So
this is a home game for Tulane. I hope they come out with those teal jerseys because those things are sexy. They really are. Tulane, this is a huge game for them. It really is because it's really between them and Liberty. Whoever wins, if Tulane wins and takes care of business and wins the conference championship, they win the last Power 5 or the last,
New Year's Six
state game. Okay. This is their game. Okay. I think they were the representative last year, right? In this position, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And they beat USC.
Yeah. And they beat USC in the Cotton Bowl. I like them to follow up and do it again. I like them to cover this minus 5.5. Like I said, they're home. Tulane, that's their backyard. SMU, yeah, they're good. They're not too far away in Texas. Pretty sure SMU is about to be an ACC school next year. But I like Tulane here, minus 5.5.
I know this is dumb. I don't know why I was thinking of this, but I think they should do something. There's going to be 12 teams next year. They should have a game or somehow somebody gets an automatic bid in the top 12. I don't know if that's stupid, but I don't know. What if somebody like whoever wins the national championship should get an automatic bid next year? Even though they're probably going to be in anyway. I don't know.
It's not even the same team.
Do what?
It wouldn't even be the same team.
What do you mean?
A lot of the players would probably leave. They'd go to the NFL.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, say Georgia or Alabama or somebody wins the national championship, they should get an automatic bid. Anyway,
they go 4-8. Would they get an automatic bid?
Go my thoughts.
LSU?
No, probably not. But anyway, I don't know why I was thinking about that. But Bryson, who you got?
I'll go Mustangs here.
Bryson going with the Mustangs. Josh, did you make a pick?
I'm going with SMU as well.
So everybody taking the Mustangs or the Preston?
Nope. Preston took Tulane.
Okay, Preston took Tulane. All right, next game, another game we don't know too much about, but I know who Bryson's going with. Saturday, 4 p.m., Sun Belt Championship, Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's Troy versus App State. Troy is 10-2, and App State is 8-4 on the season. Troy is favored by 6.5 in this game. Bryson, who are you going with?
Oh, I thought you were about to say something. Are you going to say my name like you're going to lead with a sit-in?
I just thought you were going to say App State.
Yeah, I'm going App State. Aguilar having a great season for them. Their quarterback coming off a huge win off, James Madison. Going into James Madison, that place was rocking when College Game Day was there. Troy did beat them last year, but I think App State changes that this year. Going App State.
Josh.
Going with Troy, the Trojans.
Preston.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bryson there. I like App State plus 6.5. Place spoiler here. They already took care of business earlier this year when they knocked off JMU. I like them to take care of it and win the conference championship this year. Outright.
Yeah, I'm just going with Troy just because I knew Bryson was taking App State. That's the only reason I wrote Troy down, even though it's 6.5. But I got to catch a game here, so I'm going to try to catch a game, even though we're different on a couple. I'm going to try to catch another one, and I'm going to take the Troy Trojans here to win by at least a touchdown. Let's go to the next game. We're going Saturday 8 p.m. the ACC Championship, which Clemson's not there. Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. Number 10 Louisville, who's 10-2 versus number 5 Florida State. Florida State undefeated, obviously without the quarterback. Florida State favored by 2.5. Josh, who you got in this one?
Well, I'm going to go with Louisville because I'm going to be pulling for Louisville to win. So, I can't sit here and cheer for a team that I didn't pick on the paper. So I'm going to go with Louisville.
I probably should root for Florida State in this game just because it'd be an easier matchup for Georgia. I'm taking Louisville. I think Louisville's going to win this game. Coming off a loss, I don't think Florida State's going to have enough. But I mean, Florida State I would love to see Florida State get that 4th spot, even though I'd love to see Texas get it too. I think Texas is good, but I don't want to play Texas or Alabama. I'd much rather play Florida State if it came down to it in the end. But hey, give me Louisville. Preston.
Yes, you're right, Chris. We're not in the conference championship game. I know it's easy to be forgotten because, we're there so often. But I like Florida State in awe of Clemson not being there. I like Florida State to get the job done -2.5. I think they're going to absolutely lay it on Louisville. I think Louisville has been a great story all season. Florida State is just a different beast. They've been built together by the portal, the transfer portal. And I think, that Norvell is going to have them, primed and ready to go for this one. I think they're going to easily cover that -2.5 and secure themselves.
I think Louisville's coming to ruin it. I don't think
We'll
so.
see.
Anyway, Bryson.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, Clemson's got a very good kicker, but I'm going with Louisville here.
I will say, sorry, I know Bryson's going to Louisville. I will say, if Florida State wants to get in the playoff, they need to make a statement in this game. I don't know how much that matters, but if they come out and win this game by 35, hey, that's a big statement. It's a big statement. I mean, I know we'll get into it in a second. I know we've been here for a while, but do y'all think it's automatic, if they win, they're in or no?
Florida State? Yes.
I think so.
Okay. Just curious. I know some people had other thoughts. Final game here, Saturday, 8:05, Big Ten Championship, Lucas Oil Stadium in Indiana. We got number 3 undefeated Michigan versus Iowa. Iowa projected to score half a point in the first and second half. Projected only what'd you say, Josh?
6.5 is the
6.5.
over-under.
I would bet the under. Michigan favored by 23.5. Bryson.
I just don't understand why this is the night game. Just the only thing I'm mad about this whole championship weekend.
Hey, get some good sleep.
I mean, I guess. But it's ridiculous. You got so many great slates. Looking down at my piece of paper here, and you choose Michigan, Iowa as your night game. I'm going Michigan. 6.5, 0.5. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's going. Excuse my language.
23.5, a lot of points. So never know. Maybe the defense.
It's going to be a shit show for
Preston.
Iowa. But I'll go with Michigan.
Preston, who you got?
It's kind of ironic if you think about it because the Big Ten has the big noon kickoff.
Thank you.
And the biggest game of the year
that is stupid
for them is
I
supposedly
never thought about it like that.
it's going to be a snooze fest, and they choose to go at 7:30 for this one. Yeah, I get it. I completely understand. I think Michigan is gonna win this game, and I don't think they're gonna struggle terribly hard. But I don't want to sit here and lie to you and say that Michigan offense is gonna, be very, very successful versus this Iowa defense. Damn if they've only got one skill. It's stopping the run and keeping points off the board. And that's a lot of points, 23.5 points. I like Iowa to keep this real low scoring game. Obviously, I like them to score less than 10 points. But I don't see Michigan scoring more than 24 here. I don't think they're going to need to score more than 24 here. So I like Iowa plus 23.5 here. That defense is just too much, honestly. I don't think they're going to be able to get it done.
Josh.
Yeah, I'm going to take Iowa with the points here. I think Michigan probably gets up and starts to play bland and maybe starts, I know they'll have a month off, but they can, even rest some guys. You don't want to get no guys hurt. I think Iowa kicks a couple of field goals, maybe gets a turnover, on a short field. Maybe does score a touchdown. Maybe they get 13 points, something like 31-13.
They ain't scoring 13.
I'm going to
They
go
got a chance to
with
score 10.
I'm going to go with Iowa in the 23.5.
If Iowa wins this game, they're winning like 10-7. So no. But anyway, now I wanted to take Iowa in this. I really did. I don't know. It's a lot of points, but yeah, we talked about. I think Michigan wins this game like 27 to 27-0, something like that. I mean, maybe 3 points from Iowa, 30-3, something like that. I think Michigan handles them. I'll say like 30-3. I think it's going to be somewhere around there. But dude, could Iowa keep it close, and could this game be, a 17-6 game or something? Could definitely see it. I mean, Michigan's not the most explosive offense in the world either, besides the running game. I mean, if they could stop the run, if this game's, really, really slow paced, definitely could see, Iowa covering here. But I'm going to take Michigan. Locks of the week. Has anybody got a lock? I went lock of the week. I know it's short slate, not as many games, but I took the over in UNLV and Boise State over 58.5. I think it's moved up, but that's what I took. Bryson?
I'm taking the Appalachian State with the points.
Appalachian
they've been coming off. They've been pretty good these past couple weeks. I know y'all really don't keep up with them, but I think they can handle Troy no problem.
Appalachian State. Preston?
Yeah, I'm going to take the points for Florida State. I think 2.5. I think they're going to get that easily. And I think they're going to just gear up and take care of business.
Everybody
freeze?
froze.
Yeah, did everybody freeze for a minute? My internet going down or something? What's going on here? Is this the first time ever? I don't think I've ever had the. Anyway, Josh, who got in this one?
Let's see. I'm going to go with what's the over and the Washington-Oregon game?
Oh, yeah. I got you. It's like, I think it's 66. Let me look. It is 66, yes.
All right. You wrote down the locks?
I did not, but I will.
Yeah, I'm going with the over in that game.
Gotcha. So you're going the over 66.5. All right. Before we end it, I know we've been a little bit long this week because we had a few games, but Final Four predictions. Does anybody have a prediction what they think is going to happen? Josh, do you have a predict? Obviously, you can, you want Alabama to win because obviously you can put them in, however you want to do it. But what's your Final Four prediction?
Look, okay, there's only one path for Alabama to get in. Well, one realistic path. You got to beat Georgia, and Florida State's got to lose. If
about
that's
Texas?
the case, nope, Texas will get in. If Oregon beats Washington, it'll be Michigan, Oregon, Texas, and Alabama.
What,
be
so what about Florida? You said so Florida State loses.
Florida State loses and Washington loses.
Okay, so you
then
got
Texas
Oregon
and Alabama can get in. Now, if I'm telling you, Florida State, if Alabama beats Georgia and Florida State loses, Alabama's in. But if Florida State doesn't lose, if
I think Florida State wins and Alabama wins. I think Alabama's in.
I don't think so, man. They want to keep the SEC out.
Now, I don't think it's what I don't think they're trying to keep the SEC
Georgia
out.
They'll keep Georgia out. They'll put an SEC championship game in there. I mean, they'll keep the winner in there. I think, but
I mean,
they've already said on. I know Herb Street or whoever, a bunch of them on there. They've already
talking
said
about Florida State keeping Florida State out.
Well, they've already said if whoever wins the SEC championship's a lock to get in. So I don't know.
I mean, I would think so. I
think so.
But
I personally,
but I'm telling you, if it stays the way that it is, if Washington wins and Florida State wins, and Georgia wins and Michigan wins, Georgia's going to annihilate Florida State. Michigan's going to not. It's going to be like Georgia TCU again in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Washington will get blown out by Michigan. And Florida State would get blown out of the water by Georgia.
Yeah. So who did you say? Who was your Final Four?
Michigan won. Like, this is what I hope happens. Michigan won. Michigan 1, Oregon 2, Texas 3, Bama 4.
Gotcha. Bryson, you got a prediction? You good? You want me to? Preston, go first. Preston, you got a prediction?
Yeah. So I think Texas wins the Big 12. Oregon wins the Pac-12. Florida State wins the ACC. Georgia wins the SEC. And Michigan obviously is going to win the Big 10. That all being said, I think it'll be Georgia 1, Michigan 2. I think Oregon will be 3 and Florida State will be 4. I think they're going to. I just think, I don't know. You could probably move around 3 and 4, and it really wouldn't be that much of a difference. I think Florida State kind of matches with Michigan, and Oregon kind of matches with Georgia. And I think it'll probably be Ohio State and Alabama in a damn good bowl game. But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. What I'd like to see happen is I'd like to see Bama beat Georgia. I'd like to see Oregon or Washington. I don't really care on that one. I would love to see
have the committee choke on their words like they did last night or Tuesday night.
It is so frustrating when you listen to them talk because they don't know what they're talking about. They really don't, and they're just trying to make a narrative so that they can just.
He sat there and they asked him, why is Oregon ahead of Texas? Like with the Texas strength of schedule, strength of record, ranked teams beaten, and they couldn't come up with nothing else except for, have you seen how Bo Nix has been playing? Like, come on, man. Come on. Look at the level of competition. The only team that they beat Utah, but other than that, the team that they played, they lost. And they should have won. I mean, they should have kicked field goals instead of going for it on 4th down, but they didn't.
Gotcha. Yeah, what I'm thinking here, I think Georgia's good. I think I'm going to go Georgia number 1, obviously Michigan 2, Oregon 3, and then last spot's tough. I think Florida State loses. So I'd go Texas number 4. Texas number 4. So I'll go Georgia, Michigan, Oregon, Texas. Bryson.
I got Georgia, Michigan. My third spot's between Oregon and Washington, and I think Texas gets that 4th spot. I'm not too sure about my 3 yet, but I think Texas thinks they're number 4.
Gotcha.
Can I ask why you think? I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. Completely understand. I don't really know. I don't think if Florida State I think if Florida State wins, I don't see them getting knocked out. If they win, they're undefeated, 13-0.
I just don't think. I think
the only reason that they could give us for keeping Florida State out if they win is that they're not the same team without Jordan Travis.
But you can't penalize a team because of injuries. They've taken care of business in the games
they've already said that they take that into factor. Like they factor that into their decisions. Is a player not being there anymore?
Yeah. And if they lose, they're out.
Does the committee forget that Quinn Ewers was out for 2 games? Like Texas won without their quarterback for 2 games. But could Oregon win without Bo Nix? I don't know.
I doubt it. I mean, I don't think they'd beat Washington without him. They probably don't beat Oregon State without
so
him.
the big choice between that 4th spot, say if Georgia wins, Michigan wins, and Oregon wins, whatever, the big 4th spot, it's going to be between the only 2 teams is going to be Oregon and Florida State, correct? I mean, excuse me, Florida State and Texas, right? That's the only Florida 2, State. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but the tip of the cap would be they're 13-0.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's going to be close. Looking at
But you got Texas with a top 5 win or a top.
That's what I'm saying. And it depends how Texas. I think it depends on performance too. I mean, if Florida State comes out and absolutely dominates this game, I think Florida State's in no matter what. I think Florida State.
Well, Louisville losing to Kentucky hurt Florida State.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still think if they come out and dominate,
resume. But yeah, I mean, if they dominate, but if Florida State gets in, that's good for the other 3 teams in the playoffs because Florida State's going to be an easy win, I think.
Because I think the tougher resume is, and I don't want to keep this going, but I think the tougher resume is if Alabama beats Georgia, right? Alabama beats Georgia in close game, so Michigan will be 1. Let's say Oregon's number 2 or Alabama's number 2, whoever I think Alabama's in my opinion, but I think they could I think there's a possibility if it's a close game. I think they could put Georgia at that 4th spot.
I just don't see it.
I think the loser I mean, you'd have to have some other things go down. Michigan would have to lose. And then you still got Ohio State right there.
I don't think Michigan. I think it would just have to be. I think it would be between Texas and Georgia. I don't think.
Well,
I think Ohio State. I personally think Ohio State should have.
I mean,
a shot,
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I would like to have a rematch with Texas.
Yeah.
If Texas doesn't get into playoffs,
Hey, they should just make
Alabama.
them play. They should just make those teams play again.
Well, we won't have to worry about this next year.
Yeah.
So looking at it I'm going to like couple years ago, obviously Georgia lost in the SEC championship game, still makes it in and win the national championship. Okay. This year, I think might be the first year that we might have ever had a scenario like this, where I think if you lose your conference championship, you don't play.
Yeah.
You don't get to play in. Because last year TCU lost. They still played in the national championship
I
game.
just still don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to do it, man. I think if Georgia loses, I mean, I don't know if I'd put Georgia in personally. I mean, obviously I'm a fan of whatever, but I could see it, I could definitely see somehow them looking back at previous, resumes, say Georgia's won so many games, whatnot. If Georgia loses by a touchdown, like 10 points, I'd say obviously no. But say if it's a last-second field goal or something crazy happens, I think they look at that. I personally do. I think they look at that. So we'll see. Any other thoughts before we get into the NFL show and on to this great week of college football?
Did you write the locks down? Because I didn't.
Yes, I did. I wrote them down on my phone. Yep, I didn't bet them last week either. We bet on a losing streak. I forgot to bet them. I'm gonna bet them this week though for championship week.
Ready for next year. That's all I got to say for us.
No,
we got rid of
I wish
our
this championship week could
we got rid of
last.
some of our defensive coordinators. I mean, coaches. Our reference recruiting class coming in. We just got some work.
Hey, did Syracuse just hire Georgia's defensive backs coach as the head coach?
I don't know. I hadn't looked at it.
Doesn't he have ties to Syracuse though? Is that what I saw?
But isn't he the current defensive back coach for Georgia until yesterday?
Oh, I didn't see it. If they did hire him, I didn't see it.
Can I tell y'all something real quick? I don't know if y'all saw this or not. Pretty bit of exciting news. Clemson has officially offered an offensive lineman in the portal.
Yeah, Division II player.
Do I hear anything? Hold on. Do I hear anything? I'm sorry, I muted him. I was just messing around. Go ahead.
No, I was just like talking about this. I don't care. It is a sign and a step in the right direction for Dabo to finally be like, look, you know what? Because a couple years ago, he was like, I'm not getting in the portal. We're winning without it. 10-2. Well, look at this. We struggled this year. No offense. No offensive line was dog crap. No kicker. Quarterback has struggled left and right. Have not been able to figure it out. What's he do? He's like, oh, shit, we're 8-4. Yeah, I can't do that many more times. Goes in the portal, and he's offering players. This is the first one. It's the small pebble. Hopefully gets the avalanche to roll.
Gotcha.
What about those players decommitting from Colorado? Like,
yeah, I did see that.
They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback coming in the class, but he can get one out of the portal. But Colorado just done fell off the map. They put him in prime time to start the season.
Shedur's still gonna play, right?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
But if he gets hurt, they don't have a scholarship quarterback on deck.
What if they just do Shedur Sanders and Travis Hunter and Deion Sanders just go on to Texas A&M or somewhere or go somewhere else? Who knows? It's a possibility. I don't think so now. I saw Deion posted something earlier.
Riley Leonard to Notre Dame, apparently.
Yeah, he's going to Notre Dame.
Hey, I like Riley Leonard. They get another quarterback, though. I don't know why. Another.
You see where Bobby Petrino is going back to Arkansas as their offensive coordinator?
Did you see Arkansas's quarterback is going to South Carolina?
I seen that, but is or is not Bobby Petrino Texas's offensive coordinator right now?
Be willing to bet Bryson didn't charge his phone. Sorry, but
can somebody find that out real quick? Is Bobby Petrino Texas's offensive coordinator?
Let me look it up. Who is Texas's offensive coordinator?
Look it up. I don't think it could be actually. Isn't he a coordinator somewhere right now? But I
Kyle
don't know.
Flood, a
Yeah,
veteran
I'm-
offensive line coach and former head coach at Rutgers. Kyle Flood was named offensive coordinator and offensive line at Texas in January 2021.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Bobby Petrino was damn offensive coordinator somewhere.
I think he is. I don't know where it is, but I saw it too. But I don't know
Tell you where he's
it
not,
is.
Louisville.
Anyway. All right. That's going to end it here. Hope everyone has a good championship week, good week of college football. Make sure you like, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, download Spotify, and on subscribe on YouTube as well. But appreciate you watching. We'll be here for the NFL show. Peace. I would bet Bryson's not coming back. We'll see.
You don't think he's going to be able to make it back?
I
Did
know
Clay-
he'll be able to make it back, but I don't know if that'll. He might have the excuse his phone died.
Did Clay
Take it.
send his pick?
I don't think so.
All right, you have to send them tomorrow.
We'll have to get him tomorrow. Anyway,
I'm excited about the show on Friday. I'm going to Columbia on Friday. We're going to go up to see the Shane Gillis show. We're going to be able to see there. Yeah, we're going to go there and see that one. I'm excited. The only thing I didn't realize until we did the show is that I'm not going to be able to see the Pac-12 championship. And that should be a really good game. I mean, I'll be back Saturday, and I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do for Saturday. Obviously, I'm going to sit down and hunker down on the couch and watch that game.
Excuse me, I won't cut you off, but Petrino spent the 23 season as offense coordinator at Texas A&M. I was going to say,
that's what it is.
I was going to say A&M, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot. I knew I saw it, but
That's where it was.
after a few years at Missouri State, yeah.
Are y'all like feeling really good about it? I mean, like the SEC championship game on Saturday. I mean, personally, I think that it's going to be.
I'm hoping for a good game. I don't know.
What do you think about this scenario right here? Okay.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, he's such an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty good. But Jesus, we'll see if Bryson. I doubt I would.
He
I would
got us good, didn't he?
I'd be willing to bet Bryson's not coming back, even though he after a 13-3 week.
He's just sour that his team's not playing Saturday.
I'd be willing to bet, but we'll go ahead and do the NFL show, and if he joins, he joins. Whatever.
Well, he's got to send us his picks then.
Yeah, we'll see. I would be willing to bet either, unless he's on the phone right now. He'll probably text us in about 20 minutes saying his phone died, but we'll see. We will see if he joins back. Maybe he will. But are you good to go? We good to go right into the NFL show?
Yep.
Because I know we did late. All right, let's go ahead and do that. I'll add the audio later. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL Weekly Matchup, week number 13. Obviously had a great Thanksgiving, great Thanksgiving week of football, great week of football overall, some great games, especially Sunday's afternoon game between the Bills and the Eagles. I don't know how much everyone saw that one. I mean, what a game that was.
Yes.
Bill stepping up there. Much needed win for the Bills. Obviously, they couldn't get it done there, but some other good games as well. Just some, Thanksgiving wasn't too many great games. We had some surprises. Let's see what the comments were here. Chris, what happened? Did you kick me? Yeah, okay. Anyway, we got Press.
What is that picture of Preston? Was that like when he was 14?
I guess so. Yeah. I'm not going there. I guess that was when he was like 14. I don't know. You have to ask him. I can't say nothing. I still look like I'm like 14. So anyway, but yeah, I had a great week of NFL football. Obviously, just did the college football show just a minute ago. That both will be up tomorrow. But Josh, no, you're good. If you're good,
I'm good.
What did he say? I was 22 in that picture.
Oh, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Josh, a great week of NFL. How was your week as far as NFL football?
Well, first of all, I couldn't believe what I was seeing with the Lions. That was horrible. That was just horrible.
Yeah, I mean they lose these games to teams are not to lose to. But hey, let me tell you something. I don't want to talk too much about the fantasy league, but look, this man right here, I lost. I shouldn't brag because I lost, but I made the decision to start Jordan Love over Herbert. Hey, that was a good decision. Great
Yeah,
decision
it was.
Great
But
decision by me.
it was in a losing effort, but
Losing effort. Hey, getting that a little bit, but hey, we're all in the playoffs, baby. Who matters? 8-4. 8-4.
Hey,
We're all there.
I couldn't believe, I had golf in this other league, and I couldn't believe what was going on. Then all of a sudden, he's ended up scoring 19 points. I lost in the other league, but yeah, but the that Bills Eagles game, man, that was really really
Yeah,
good.
Eagles defeating the Bills 37-34 in overtime. Phone died, letting it charge. Then he'll be back, says Mr. Brown. So he will join us for the picks, I'm guessing, here
Okay.
shortly. So we'll see. But yeah, Bills defeating, obviously, Eagles defeating the Bills 37-34. Excuse me. Jalen Hurts running the touchdown in overtime there. Great win for them. Making that field goal, obviously Elliott making that field goal late, and we saw what's his name, the center Jason Kelsey go to the bathroom before overtime, and then come back. But yeah, great win. Bills showed up, but couldn't get it done. I don't know what their chances is at making the playoffs. We'll have to see. I'm sure they can still get in, but it's been a tough road for Bills. But any thoughts? On that game, Josh?
No, man, it was just it seems like when Hurts has his back against the wall, he's able to stay calm, and the weather wasn't good. And you can always depend on Josh Allen throwing a costly interception.
Yeah. I feel for him at times. Obviously, like you said, he turns over the ball a little bit too much, and he gets a lot of criticism. Even though, I still think he's a very, very, good quarterback. Got his good arm. It might not be, the most accurate, but like you said, Jalen Hurts getting it done, throwing. I was looking at it here. He threw 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers here. Zacchaeus, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith called a touchdown, and he rushed into. So big game for Hurts there. Big win for the Eagles. Obviously, they got another tough game this week coming up. We had Denver continuing to impress, winning 29-12 over the Browns on Sunday.
Yeah,
Josh,
that was a good game, man.
yeah.
I thought it was a good game.
Yeah, Josh, Denver's got some wins, I believe, over the Chiefs. They won the Chiefs. They beat the Bills. They beaten. I think they faced the Texans this week. They beat somebody else, and they beat the Browns. Now I know Browns are without Watson, but big win for the Broncos. You think the Broncos are for real, or what's going?
I guess we're gonna find out this week.
Yeah,
Who they playing?
I think they
Who
play
they playing?
Houston. So it's
Yeah,
not.
the Texans. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be
we'll
a good
see.
matchup, man.
I think it's a good
that'd be
matchup.
a good matchup.
You think they have? Okay, I don't want to talk bad here. They have DeMar Hamlin as a favorite to win comeback player of the year, obviously.
Why?
What's the chances of Russell Wilson winning? I think Russell Wilson could be favored.
Well, hold on. Why is DeMar Hamlin? Has he played? He hasn't played 15 snaps.
Well, he came back to life, I guess.
Yeah, I know, but he's been in street clothes on the sidelines.
I agree. I agree with you.
Can we not do this right now? Can we
Yeah,
not do?
No, I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's, I'm happy everything. I'm happy he's okay. I'm happy he's playing football.
If he gets to play 90% of the snaps next year, then he can win
I
it
think
next year.
I personally think they should have an award for him. Make a award, but do not have him win comeback player of the year. I think they should have an award for him. They did. I know they did some DeMar Hamlin thing at one of the ceremonies last year. That's great. There should be a minimum amount of snaps you have to play to win comeback player of the year. You should have to. There should be something. There should be something in there. But yeah,
I don't agree with it.
I think Russell Wilson.
It's a great story. I'm glad he survived. But if we're talking about football, playing football as comeback player of the year and how you perform on the field, then he shouldn't even be nominated.
I agree. Bryson, if you need to keep charging your phone until we do the picks, you can do that if you want. We're going to
what I'm going to do is just turn my camera off because I can't move my phone
Okay.
for this position. So I was going to talk. And
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear my rant? My rant of the week is, we know that the show is going to go on, and I put my phone on charge,
Bryson
my
never charges
AirPods on
phone.
charge.
Bryson never charges
I
his
know.
phone.
I mean, he is under 30% all day long. What are you watching on the phone all day?
Anyway,
YouTube golf.
We need to get you a new phone, man. Your battery life ain't
we need
good.
to get him a damn charger he can automatically plug in at all times because he never charges that damn thing.
A portable
Still
charger, yeah.
But still wouldn't plug in.
That's my fault. I normally don't charge my phone. That's a bad habit of mine because I usually go to sleep with my phone like on 20%, but I'm too lazy to get
and he don't charge it. He don't charge it. Who goes to the phone? Who don't charge their phone?
Dude, I got a charger right beside my bed. You don't have a charger by your bed?
I do not know.
Yeah.
Why?
Let's go on.
Anyway, let's keep it going. He don't know.
Let's keep it going. He don't
we'll
know
be
why.
Here all day.
He's got a car charger. Is all he got.
Bryson, we were talking about your Broncos before you got on. Hey, Broncos had some big wins.
You start off 1-5 and you come back to 6-5. I mean, put on your back and let's ride one time. I mean, I've been.
They really start 1-5.
Hey. Yes, they started 1-5 and they came on the way back. Look at me. I went 13-3 this week. I mean, I know my stuff. All right.
Oh shit! I hope we need a 3-13 week from you. Anyway, Jaguars defeating the Texans 24-21. Obviously, great game there. Josh, any thoughts on that game, divisional game?
Dude, what about that field goal kicker off the crossbar to tie it? That was pitiful.
I remember one going off. I'm trying to remember.
Is that the game that it happened in?
I believe it was, but I'm trying to remember. But was that early in the game? I remember one hitting off.
No, it was as time ran out.
Oh yeah, it was. It was to win it. I can't remember if that was.
No, it was to tie it send it into overtime because I was thinking, yeah, man, we can get in overtime. Calvin Ridley can get some more yards and give me some more points.
Hey, he's stepping up the second half of the season, man. Calvin Ridley's been stepping up.
But man, I feel bad for the Texans field goal kicker, man. He goes out there and it's right down the middle and it hits off the crossbar. Dong, bounces back into the field.
I watched most of that game, but I can't remember. It didn't write it on here, but damn Saints and Falcons. Saints blow it. Derek Carr. We need a core. Hey, Caleb Williams. The franchise is for sale. If you want to buy, if you want part of the franchise, if you want it, come on, we'll take you right now.
Yeah, he might have a better chance of getting part ownership of the Pelicans.
I mean, damn, we had some. I know we got some injuries. We had some injuries. Obviously, Olave. Derek Carr focuses. He's done this. He focuses on one guy too much. He hit Chris Olave a lot. I mean, Devontae Adams. He always did that. He always focused on Darren Waller. Obviously, they had numbers. They had good yards. But damn, I mean, you got other people out there. Utilize other people. Get
that guy that
interception he threw. That interception he threw was horrible. And he tried to say after the interview, he was trying to say, "Oh, it was just a great play." Damn, I mean, he threw it right to him. It was a good.
Yeah, dude jumped the route, but that dude played lights out the whole game. I don't know where he was throwing the ball. But that defensive player for Atlanta played lights out the whole game, man.
The new signing, Bates. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, Bates.
Anyway, I wanted my boy to A.T. Perry from Wake Forest to catch a few balls too. Hey, that's a sleeper. A.T. Perry, he's a good receiver. He didn't get no balls. I think he caught one ball, but hey, whatever. Hey, Lynn Bowden Jr., Bryson, is he from Florida? Is that a different guy? Or maybe I'm thinking. Maybe he's I think he's somewhere in the SEC. Anyway, yeah, I think that was most of the games for the week. Obviously, the Thanksgiving games weren't great. Most of them blowouts besides, the one game. But let's get into the player of the week. My player of the week obviously went easy here. I went with Jalen Hurts. 200 passing yards, 18 for 31, 3 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns, including the game winner in overtime. That's who you're going with, Josh, as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the player by the way he played right there in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen had a great game too. But 29-51. I mean, that's not great.
But the way Jalen came out and performed second half, the way the Eagles played in the second half, man, and they got Swift going. You know, just the whole Eagles team, the way they performed in that game. And I know the Bills aren't who they used to be, but we're going to find out about the Eagles that they are a home underdog at 10-1
against the Niners.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous to me to be an underdog at home and you're 10-1.
Yeah, Bryson, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you have a player of the week?
I did not. I did not.
This man is 13-3. He's leading the damn thing, and he can't give us a player of the week. That is awful. That's pitiful. Probably didn't watch. He might have watched a half of a game. That's ridiculous. Anyway,
the only game
you watched on Thursday a little bit.
Yeah, I watched the Lions because I mean it was on TV.
Couldn't give us one of the receivers or Jordan Love or.
I mean, yeah, but Jordan Love played great. I was reading one crazy stat was the Lions and the moon.
Yeah, I seen that.
Every time the moon was on this phase on Thanksgiving or whatever, the Lions always lost, and it was that same phase, and the Lions lost. I got a little rant for you right quick. My bookie. I was trying to put some money on my account. Haven't used that app about 2 years, and I was trying to put money on the Packers money line. Well, guess what?
Is there any reason just because of that stat?
Oh
was
yeah,
there any
reason?
reason?
That was the reason.
Okay.
And I was trying to put
I wanted
on the money
it.
line.
I'll be honest with you.
For some reason.
I didn't see that stat, but if y'all would have let me, I would have switched my pick to the Packers.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. If y'all would have let
Josh
me,
be back.
I would have switched my pick to the Packers. But yeah. Anyway, just gonna try to stall for a minute because we're about to get into the games here. But obviously, Bryson, you had a big week last week. We already talked a little bit about the record, going 13-3. I don't know I think I went 7-9. Bryson, you're the leader in picks, and don't watch much NFL. How does it feel?
It feels good. I mean, I pick excellence. What else do you want from me? I mean, I wake up, I'm the greatest. I don't say, you don't watch NFL, and I went 13-3, and y'all know y'all watch Red Zone 24/7 every Sunday, and hate to tell you,
I do that for bets. I do that for player bets. I don't do that.
I'll tell you this.
I pick too much with my heart.
Sunday came around, didn't watch one lick of NFL football. I hate to tell you.
It's great. I don't know how you don't watch. Red Zone's like one of the greatest things.
I just can't get into it like I do college. But yeah, 13-3 felt good.
Your pick should be voided.
Hey, you went 13-3, and you're still 2 games behind me.
Oh, he's 2 games back. I just said you were in the lead. Oh, I thought.
No, I'm in the lead. I was in there. I was in there pissing excellence.
He heard us. Hey, give us the records, Josh. What do we have what's the records overall for the week?
All right. So I went 9-7, which brings my record to 98-82. Chris, you went 7-9, which brings your record to 94-86. Bryson, as been already previously mentioned, you went 13-3, very impressive. Your record is now 96-84. And Clay went 7-9, and his record is 95-85. So
it's pretty.
We all
got winning records. Excuse me.
Yeah, we're all.
That's
over
pretty good. That's pretty
100.
good to all be over 500.
It's kind of crazy. Me and the Broncos got the same story. Broncos start 1-5. I go like 30 for 60. And guess what, boys? Your boy's back. Broncos back. We both riding.
Anyway, let's get into some of the games here. We got a good bit of games. Obviously, some great games here. Going to start tomorrow night, Thursday night football. We are going Seahawks at the Cowboys. Cowboys are hot right now. Dak Prescott, possibly one of the favorites for MVP right now after bounce back. Could be. I mean, it's a possibility. Cowboys favored by 9.5 in this game. Josh, actually, no, excuse me. Bryson, you are the leader in the clubhouse. Well, you're not the leader in the clubhouse, but you led last week. Give us your pick for this game.
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, Dak's coming back. Dak's been playing pretty good. Cowboys still hot. I'm going to Cowboys.
Going with the Cowboys minus 9.5. CD Lamb obviously having a great season as well. And the defense over there, is it the rookie corner Bland broke the interception record and turning around the games or something.
5.
Yeah, he's got 5.
5 pick sixes, I
pick
think.
sixes, yeah. That's pretty cool. But Josh, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys, man. They're playing real hot right now. The Seahawks aren't that great. I don't think, Kenneth Walker's not 100%. Charbonnet can't do it all by himself. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys -9.5.
Yeah, what to do here? Seattle hadn't been great this season. Obviously they were a lot better last year. They're coming off a blowout against the Niners. God, I want to pick against the Cowboys. Do I want to go worse? 9.5. I'm taking Seattle. Give me the Seahawks. I don't know, man. I just think Seattle's not great, but Dallas. I think Dallas has got to go down and not tear up somebody one week. I mean, I think this is going to be a close game, and I think for some reason I do. If Dallas gets in a close game, I could see Seattle winning this game. I don't know. I know, like he's
the final of this game is going to be 37-20.
37-20. It's a possibility. I don't know. Seattle needs a win here. I feel like there's one of those teams that could, I know it's in Dallas, but Seattle's one of those teams that could, show up out of nowhere. The rookie Jackson's been playing well. He's been catching some balls lately. I know Metcalf and Lockett's been hurt, but I just think Seattle needs to win here, and I'm going to go with them to at least keep this game close. Let's go to the next game. 1 p.m. games here. We got the Dolphins at the Commanders. Dolphins favored by 9.5. Josh, who are you going with in this one?
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, obviously that pass defense struggling over there in Washington. Tua should have a great day here. Bryson, who you going with?
I made a mistake last week. I am a rookie in fantasy, and I made my first rookie move. I left Commanders defense in my lineup, and they got me -6 points. Shout out to them, but I'm going with the Spins.
And I didn't mention it. We'll hop on this real quick because I didn't do I didn't write the fastest 2 minutes 2 minutes this week. I forgot about it, but I will get back into that for the playoffs. But we have everyone's clinched in the playoffs at 8-4. Me, I'm up top in first, 8-4. Stu Kitchens, can you smell it? He is in first at 8-4 as well. Josh tied for first, 8-4 as well. Clay at 8-4. Her big booty is at 8-4, and Ray Bell is at 8-4. So we have our playoff. We got 2 more weeks until playoffs, and it's already been confirmed. Bryson, you're out of it. You started hot, and then you went on a 4-game losing streak.
Yep.
Any thoughts before we?
Oh, easily. I'm about to release all my players.
Let's not do that.
I think that's the right thing to do for these boys that's in the playoffs before they can better their team.
If you release your players, you owe $100 to everybody in the league.
If you release your players, Chris will lock them.
I'll just put it on auto. I'll put him on auto, whatever. He ain't gonna do that. Bryson, you got to fight for that. You got to fight for that 7th place.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, it's my first year. I really didn't expect much.
Or you gotta beat some teams for me so I can get the bye week. How about that?
Yeah, I think I got Prescott's people, and I think I got
that game don't matter.
Johnson all in you, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it. Okay, never mind. Your games don't matter. I was hoping you played one of them.
I could be wrong.
I think you play Stu Quavius, don't you?
Hey, well, you need to beat Stu.
I lost to Stu last week.
Okay.
He beat me by a little bit.
Yeah, that was that was looking iffy for Stu Quavius. He had Josh Dobbs who was throwing interceptions. He was if it wouldn't have been for that
he's
touchdown
so high on Josh Dobbs.
If it wouldn't have been for that touchdown to Hawkinson at the end of the game, you might have would have upset him.
Yeah, he got rid of Lamar, didn't he? And Lamar went on.
Yeah.
Didn't Lamar have a pretty good game this week?
And DeAndre Swift. I went to I was watching games at his house this past weekend, and a Monday night football commercial came up: Vikings and the Bears. I never see somebody get so hyped for for Josh Dobbs in my life.
That game was like one of the worst games of the year.
This man,
The Bears
Yeah.
won with all field goals.
It was
Saturday
horrible.
night during the Georgia game, this man got out of his chair, started clapping and jumping. Said, yeah, Josh Dobbs.
No,
yeah.
that game
it was.
they should have lost. The NFL should lose money on that game.
Hey, Josh Dobbs has been dropped by 2,000 people in Yahoo leagues. That dude,
And Josh just traded Lamar Jackson for him.
oh my God, dude! No,
I mean, Or
who
not
got
Josh.
Lamar Jackson? Who got
Uh,
Lamar Jackson?
Mahomes Depot. He
But then
made
he
it to the
couldn't.
playoffs
boy.
too.
Yeah.
He got Stu Quavis got T.J. Hawkinson, Taysom Hill, and Josh Dobbs for Lamar Jackson, DeAndre Swift,
Oh my
and
God.
something else. Yeah.
Oh my God,
It was
dude.
bad. Hey, I told him I wasn't vetoing trades unless it was like a bottom team and a top team. I'm not vetoing. You guys can veto, but Clay called and said he should veto. Him and Stu had a conversation about that. But anyway,
Yeah, well, Mahomes Depot's in the playoffs, isn't
yeah, he's in it.
he? Yeah,
So,
now he's loaded with Swift and
Jackson
Lamar.
really hadn't done much, though. Really, Lamar he hadn't done much, really. But anyway, let's get into. I'm taking the Dolphins, so we all take the Dolphins there.
All right.
Yeah, I think the passing game's going to do too much. Let's go to the next game. Another not so great game. Chargers at the Patriots. Chargers favored by 6.5. Patriots at home here. Bryson, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm going with the Chargers.
Bryson going with the Chargers there. Chargers, I believe. Who Chargers lose to? They're coming off I think it was somewhat of
Ravens.
Excuse me.
They played the Ravens last weekend, right?
Yes, yeah. So somewhat of a tough loss there. I mean, are the Patriots still fighting here? I'm gonna take. God, I wrote down Chargers. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Patriots at home. So I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna go down again. I'm gonna keep losing.
Well,
Josh
I'm
is-
sitting here thinking to myself, the Chargers.
They just haven't looked great, man.
They're a weird team, man.
they're
They'll
weird,
look good.
man.
They'll look good, and then they'll look like crap. And then they'll look good, and they'll look
and I
like
just
crap,
think-
man. If they were playing anybody other than the Patriots, I would pick against them. But I think the Chargers, and they get Eckler going, and I think their defense is going to score a lot of points in this game because the Patriots' offense sucks. So I'm gonna go with Chargers.
Yeah, I just think Bill Belichick takes advantage of these type of teams. I know they probably don't want to win, but I just feel like it's gonna be a close game and possibly. I don't think Bill Belichick gets fired, but it's a possibility. You never know. Anyway, let's go to the next game here. We got the Lions at the Saints, the Aints, whatever the hell you want to call them. They
The
suck.
Stains.
Yeah, the Stains. Lions favored by 4.5. Saints need to get a quarterback in the draft. Josh, who you going with in this one?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now who I'm going with. I better go with the Saints. Believe it or not, they're at home. They're feeling
Need a win.
They need a win. They feel kind of embarrassed about what happened in Atlanta. I'm gonna go with the Saints, man. I think they can get Olave going. I think they can. I think they can win this game. So I'm gonna go with the Saints. If they lose, it may be by a field goal. So I'm gonna.
Bryson, who you going with?
Golf having a bad game on Thanksgiving. 2 fumbles. They look too hot, but he's bouncing back. The moon's gonna be different that night. Give him the Lions.
Hey, it's pretty good. Saints are battling some injuries right now. I don't. Anybody know the word on Olave? I haven't looked, but
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but anyway, God, this is tough, man. Saints just can't score. That's the problem. I'm gonna go with Josh here at home. I just think we keep it within the 4.5. Probably a bad pick. I'm taking the Saints. I don't know. I just gotta take the Saints. I didn't even write down a pick for that one, but I'm taking the Saints. Anyway, next game.
The reason you ain't going 13-3 because you ain't going with the gut. You gotta go with the gut.
No, I mean it's not a gut, man. The only reason No, the Saints are just injured, man. But my gut is telling me this game's gonna be close. So
Yeah.
anyway, next game, Cardinals at the Steelers. Steelers favored by 5.5. Kenny Pickett kind of slinging it with the new offensive coordinator. Josh, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I think Kenny Pickett may be getting a little overconfident now. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I know people think this might be a bad pick, man, but I think the Cardinals. Keep it closer
Yeah,
to 5.5.
after a big loss against the Rams. I wrote
Yeah.
down Cards as well, so I
All
know.
right.
Yeah, I did have Cards written down as well. I just think this is one of those teams that could play it close. And Steelers don't put up a lot of points. Maybe with the offense coordinator, maybe they can, but I just think they play a lot of close games. So I'm taking the Cards. Bryson, who you go with?
Not so fast. I'm going to tell you this. Since I picked up Najee Harris, that man has been getting a touchdown at least.
Well, too
almost
bad it
every
don't matter
game.
now because
Yeah, it don't matter. Like I said, it don't matter. But he's been playing good. With that being said, I'm going with Steelers.
Yeah. All right, Steelers. Let's get in next game. Let's go to the Panthers at the Buccaneers. Divisional game here. Buccaneers favored by 5.5. I'm gonna ride with the Panthers. I don't know. I just think they keep this game close. Josh is like, "Oh, my picks are still going downhill." I just think this divisional game, man. Bucks haven't been that good. Their pass defense ain't great. I think Thielen can have a big game here. The only thing is their offensive line can hold them up. Can Bryce Young play upright, stay upright. Mike Evans also could have a big game here, but I'm going with the Panthers. I know they're injured on the defensive back end, but I just think they could put up some points here, possibly on the Bucks in the passing game. I think they can get it done at least. Josh.
Well, it'll definitely help the Falcons if the Panthers did beat the Bucks.
I don't know if they'll beat them. Excuse me. I don't know if they'll beat them.
I know. I'm just saying, Panthers somehow upset the Buccaneers. It would help the Falcons, even though the Falcons are leading their division right now. I'm going to go with the Bucks minus 5.5. I just don't, Panthers done fired their coach, and I just don't know what they got left.
Hey, that could fire them up.
They could change some things.
Anyway, Bryce.
Yeah, I'm going Bucks here. I know they don't have a great pass defense, but I don't think Bryce Young is him. So I'm going with Bucks.
All right, let's go next game. And Clay will send his picks sometime later tomorrow, hopefully. Let's go to the next game. Falcons at the Jets. Atlanta favored by 2.5. Aaron Rodgers practicing. Says he's not going to play. I mean, that's all we're hearing about now. I guess he's going to play if they have a chance in the playoffs. But yeah, Bryson, who you going with in this one? 2.5 for the Falcons.
I'll go with Falcons. Falcons defense looked very good last weekend. I know that one player went off for them on defense. But yeah, I'll go with Falcons.
I love how he say this. He did say he didn't watch down. He was just saying just because Josh said that. Anyway, I'm sorry. That was funny. Josh, who you going with this one?
Look, man, I think the Falcons have a letdown. I'm going to go with the Jets. I think the Jets maybe pull this out.
Tim Moore.
And of course, I'm going to be rooting for the Falcons, but, I'm going to go with the Jets. Also, somebody in my other league dropped Josh Dobbs and picked up Aaron Rodgers. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out why to pick up Aaron Rodgers unless you think he's going to make the playoffs. Is he going to play? What's he going to do when he does play? I don't know. Somebody that's in contention for the playoffs for sure dropped Josh Dobbs and picked up Aaron Rodgers. So, I'm going to go with the Jets. I think stream the Jets defense this week too. It's going to be cold up there, man. It's going to be. I imagine it's going to be cold. Might even be raining.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Jets.
I feel like Rodgers. Maybe he's going to get like an endorsement, something off of him tearing his Achilles and coming back so fast. Maybe he gets more sponsor. I don't know. I just don't think he's playing. I feel like he might come back for he might come back in practice and then he say he's full healthy and then they're not out of the playoffs and he's going to say I'm just not playing just because of the playoffs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play. But I'm taking the Jets as well. I hate to agree with you, but I just think defense is still good. Running game still good. I know Bijan looked a little bit more involved last week.
He
He's
did.
been playing well, but I don't know. I just think the Jets defense can get it done and win this. I think they win this game. I don't know about with Tim Boyle, but at home, I think they win it. Next game, let's go Colts at the Titans. Colts favored by 2.5. Downs coming back. Titans, Derrick Henry just doesn't look like he has in past years. Got 2 touchdowns last week, but only had like 30 yards. It felt like Jonathan Taylor having some big games here. Josh, who you going with in this one?
I got the Colts -2.5. I think they'll get the job done.
Yeah, I'm going with the Colts as well. Divisional game. I just think Titans are not good. Not a great team. Will Levis, he started out good, but I don't think he's all that. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs. I like both of them in the passing game. 2 great weapons. Josh Downs healthy now. So definitely taking the Colts here. Bryson, who you going with?
I'll go with the Colts, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think I did see something today with Jonathan Taylor might be going out the season with surgery.
Oh, excuse me. Jonathan Taylor is injured, yes. But
He's
they have
out.
Zach
He's
Moss.
out 2 to 3 weeks.
Excuse me. I did forget about that. Yes, Jonathan Taylor is hurt. Zach
You're
Moss
welcome.
is very good. Yeah, I did forget about that. Thank you. Good call.
But Zach Moss, they're not going to
Zach
drop
Moss
off
is
any
good.
production. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not going to drop off.
I mean, yeah, Zach Moss has started out the great year. I don't think my thing is I don't think the running game's that huge here. I think they get it done with the 2 weapons here and Downs and Pittman here. I mean, Pittman's looked great with Minshew. So you're going with the Colts, though?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next game, we're going 4 p.m. We're going with the less ride. We're going with the Broncos at the Texans. Texans favored by 3.5 in this game. C.J. Stroud coming off a loss against the Jaguars. Broncos still riding high. Bryson, what are we doing here?
I mean, you got to look at it here. I mean, Texas, they've been playing good the past couple of weeks. I mean, C.J. Stroud's been having a hell of a game. But there's a man on a mission, and he's riding. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, and Bryson, we were talking about before you came on here. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep going too much, but we were talking about before we came on here. DeMar Hamlin's the favorite to win the comeback player of the year, and Russell Wilson.
That's bullshit.
Just say like that is, yeah. I mean, Wilson. I think Russell Wilson, somebody should have a shot. But
yeah, I mean, the man came back, but hell, he's been inactive like 8 weeks. I mean, yeah, I'm glad you're still here with us, but I mean, come on, man.
Great, like Josh said. Josh couldn't say it better. Great story, but not shouldn't be comeback player of the year.
Yeah, this is a football. It's for performance on the field.
Yep, I agree. Couldn't
Well,
agree
that's
more.
the case. If Aaron Rodgers comes back playoffs, hell, he damn deserves it.
I'm going to ride with the Broncos as well. I hadn't rode with them much, but I just think it's going to be a close game, 3-point game. So I'm riding with the Broncos. Josh, who you going with?
I'm going to go with the Texans. I think the Broncos come back to reality a little bit. Texans defense is pretty good. I'm going to go with the Texans.
Yeah, they might be getting a little healthy. Maybe at receiver, some of their receivers get more healthy this week, and maybe they get it done. So we'll see there. Game of the week. We got at 4 p.m. game, we got the Niners at the Eagles. Niners favored by 3. They're favored by 3, but it has to go up a half point. So they're favored by 3.5 with the Eagles at home here. I'm with Josh here. I just think this is going to be a close game. Niners obviously can get it done, but they're kind of they have some injuries in the secondary. So I think the Niners I'm taking the Niners to win this game. Especially after, the talk. I think this is going to be a very competitive game. I know Debo and whatnot. They have some talks on Twitter with Bradbury or whatever. So it's going to be a very physical game. But I'm going to take the Eagles to cover the 3.5. I think this is going to be a 3-point game. So I'm taking the Eagles here. Josh, who you going with?
Yep. Give me the Eagles at home to win.
To win. Bryson, who you going with?
I'm going Eagles.
Ooh, I'll take an Eagles here. I don't like that. I would think Clay might take the Niners, but we'll see. Browns at the Rams. Rams favored by 4.5. Taking the Browns. I know the Rams had a big week, but I mean, what's Stafford's great. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that Browns defense. I still think they're pretty good. I just don't think 4.5. I just think that's a bit much. I still don't think the Rams are all that. I just didn't understand this number personally, but could be wrong. But Josh, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns. I think their run defense stops them. Stops that Williams guy
Williams,
who's
yeah.
been lighting it up since he's been back. Cooper Kupp, he looks like he gets hurt every play.
Yeah.
Every time I see him catch the ball and gets tackled, he's slow to get up. And I mean, is he even going to play this whole game? Is he going to play at all? So I'm going to go with the Browns. They probably only lose by a field goal. If they might can
I
squeak
think
out
they
a
win
win.
this game.
If they can get Ford going on the ground, they can probably win.
I mean, this is an important game for them. They got to stay in the
But I mean,
playoff hunt.
who's the Browns quarterback? Because DTR got hurt. Is he playing?
Yeah, but how much does that matter? I mean, it does
I don't
matter
think
for. But I'm saying DTR wasn't great. I mean,
no, he wasn't. But he never really had a chance to see if he could do anything. I mean, he got hurt in the first game he played.
Yeah, who did they play though? I mean, who is PJ Walker still the other guy? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Bryson, who you going with?
The damn Rams.
Ooh, damn Rams -4.5. Okay, that's not good for us. Bryson's been hot. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. Another great. I don't know why. I guess Chiefs haven't been good, but anyway, Chiefs at the Packers. Chiefs favored by 6.5. Bryson, who you got in this one?
I mean, Packers coming off a big win against the Lions Thanksgiving Day, but let's calm down and give it to Chiefs.
Josh.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chiefs here. I know they hadn't looked great. Could be a close game, but I just think the defense forces some turnovers against Love. Packers at home here.
Let's look for Kelsey to turn it around. He hasn't
God
been playing too good.
Bless America. I was just about to say the same thing. Hey, bet Kelsey his over yards, bet him everything. Anyway, no, Taylor Swift's probably going to be at this game.
Even if she's not, man, he knows he has to turn around. His past 3 games haven't been that good.
Hey, let's say, what if Taylor Swift sits like in the back of the end zone where Lambeau and Kelsey 2 touchdowns, 2 Lambeau leaps? How about that? Anyway,
Taylor Swift is not going to sit down there with them.
Obviously not. It's a joke.
But she could be on the sidelines though.
I don't know. Somebody might like try to jump off. I think she has to stay up top. Somebody might like. There's some crazy Taylor Swift fans out there. So everybody taking the Chiefs there. We'll see what Clay does. Monday Night Football, Bengals at the Jaguars. It sucks. Burrow's hurt for this game. I don't know why, but I just hate all these primetime games. Jaguars favored by 8.5. Bengals didn't look that great. I just think they're going to be up to play this game. I don't think Jaguars beat them by 8.5, so I'm going to take the Bengals. Josh, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jaguars. I think the Bengals are kind of giving up.
I just don't see it. Bryce?
You know, it sucks for Dave Portnoy. He made that big bet for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. That's not going to happen. Give me the Jags.
Both going Jags there. Okay. Locks of the week before we get off here. I know it's been a little while. We've been here since the college football show, but has anybody got a lock? I'm going to take I didn't write one down this week. I don't know what the over-unders are. I'll have to look at them. I'm just going to take a point spread here. I'm going to go with the if anybody has one before me, let me know.
Yeah, give me the Buccaneers -5.5.
Buccaneers -5.5.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I like the most here. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with
I don't know what the spread is on this, but give me the under and the Colts and Titans.
Under and Colts and Titans. What in the world makes you say that? Just curious. Huh?
What's the point spread on that?
It is 42.5. Okay. Not bad. I was looking at the over under in Falcons Jets, but it is 34. It's real low. Give me the Browns plus 4.5 against the Rams. Take that one. The Browns. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. That's going to be it. Excited for an NFL show or NFL. Excited for the Niners and the Eagles. Obviously excited for championship week of college football. If you haven't checked it out, go back and watch that video or listen to it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Make sure you download there. But appreciate you watching. Do what?
Apple Podcast.
Yeah. Appreciate you watching. Peace.
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 All right, I'll holler at y'all throughout the week.
All right, brother.
Peace.